Yeah. There are a few more, things left it in identity property. Yeah. So this identity property, while creating a table, we have applied, right? And what if there is an existing table, and if you want to apply or add this identity property, will it be possible or not? Okay, and that we are going to see now. Yeah. So now what I will do is I'll just take any table. Okay, see, you no need to keep this patient again. So only p underscore if you keep, that is also fine actually. Because while mentioning it will be time taking process, right? So that's why. So let's say I have created this table, yeah, and there is no identity in this. If you want to add identity for an existing column, okay, for an existing column, let's see whether it is possible or not. So alter table name. Now alter the syntax, which we're using for changing the data type, right? So let's use the same opd and integer, and here I'll just go and append this identity property, and we'll see what will happen. See, here itself it is throwing an error, right? So the thing is, for an existing table, okay, so and the two for an existing column, we cannot add the identity. It's not possible, guys. Okay, for an existing column, we cannot append the identity. But what else is possible is, if you want to add a new column, let's say, so add column, let's say, sorry, not column, add new column name patient column, or I can just say patient id integer, and in an existing table, for newly adding table, I mean newly adding column, we can append the identity. This is possible actually. If you see, it is successful. So now if you go and do select the table, do alt F1, right? Now you can see there is a seed and increment value, which means that there is an identity property on top of this. Okay. So the point here is, for an existing table and existing column, we cannot add the identity property. So whereas for an existing table, newly appended column can be have this identity property. Okay, and also if there is some data in it. Okay, so I'm going to drop this column again. Drop column. I just dropped that column. Okay, and when you go and I just need some data. Let's see if I have some data in it. Okay, there is no data in it. At least I'll insert a few rows here into this table. So insert into my table name values. So PDID, let's say 101. Name is Rish. The age is 24, comma BP float. It is 120, comma, and weight will be 55, comma, blood group will be O positive, comma, and problem fever and phone number. So I'm just adding one row into it, and I'm going to add one more row with a different OPD ID, but the remaining data is the same. Let it be. Yeah. So now there is already two rows in the table now. So if I go and show you, select star from my table name, and if you execute, if you see, there are two rows, guys. Now already some data is there. So in this case, if I go and add a new column with an identity, so will it add the numbers, identity numbers for the existing rows or not? We'll see. Can you see now? There are two rows, so only two identities will get generated. So if there are 100 rows, 100 identities gonna generate, guys, based upon your seed and increment value. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how it will be. So for if there is already data, so then we can add an identity for a newly pending column, and how many rows are there? Those many identities will automatically generate. Okay. And one more thing, guys. So see, the identity property whichever we appended, right? We cannot remove that property. Like however we have primary foreign relationships or any check constraints. So by using that constraint, we can drop it. No. So alter table name, drop constraint name. Okay. But whereas in case of identity, right? We cannot drop that identity, guys. It's not possible, to drop it. The only option is drop the entire column. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Could you please make a note of all these points? Make a note and write down. First point. Identity property. We cannot add. We cannot add identity property for an existing table or for an existing column. We cannot add identity property for an existing column. Next, we can add identity property for newly adding columns in an existing table. And in brackets, you can write that if there is some records, then identity property will generate those many identity values. If there are some records in the table, then identity property will generate those many identity values automatically. Right on these 2 points. Finished.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next point is we cannot remove or drop the existing identity property. So we cannot remove or drop the existing identity property. The only in the brackets, the only option is to drop entire column. Next, for a table, we can have only one identity property. For a table, we can have only one identity property. Finished?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see a few more things here. So there is, let's say, already some data, guys. There is already some data. Let's say if I want to update, let's say on identity column values or rows, okay. So whether we can able to update or not, we can see. Update my table name and set patient ID equals to, let's say 3, where patient ID equals to 2. Okay, let's see whether it is possible or not. It is saying that cannot update the identity column. Okay, so can someone tell me what could be the reason why we cannot update the identity column values?
Because increment value is there.
Increment value.
1 by 1 we have given.
I'm making it as 3 only, right? It is increment value only, right?
But the data is not present there.
No, data is there already. I'm just changing the existing column value.
See, the second point says like we cannot add the identity property for the newly adding column.
So here we can use the reseed.
No, see, already this column has identity property, okay? What
Okay,
I'm trying to do
sorry.
is, I'm just updating the value, that's it.
Sir, if you want means we need to add on cascader.
No, you're going far away.
So here we can use reseed, sir.
No.
So here this
See,
one
when you reseed,
identity,
right?
we don't give, right? Identity automatically generates.
Identity.
So in case if you want to add the patient ID, right? So then we need to switch off or switch on if you want to enter manually.
That is for the newly adding row. But I just want to update for existing row. Okay, let me tell you. What is meant by update generally? What is meant by update?
Delete plus insert.
It's basically delete plus insert, correct?
Yes.
So in this, So what is the current, value, current seed value?
2.
2, correct?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
when update performs, okay, what we are trying to do, we are trying to update 3. So which means that second row will get deleted, right?
Yes, sir.
And this will be there in the log, right?
Yes, sir.
And it will reinsert 3.
Correct.
Now the SQL server will be in dilemma whether I should take from the log or I should take from the newly inserted value. Means which is the current seed value I should consider. It doesn't know, right?
Yes, sir.
Because the record will be there, the old record will be there in your log, and there is a newly inserted value also there. Now, from where should I start? Will it be from 2 or will it from 3? There is no clarity, right?
Yes, sir.
That's why Microsoft has restricted this update operation. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Anyone?
No.
Okay. Now we can add one more point here. We cannot update the identity values. I'll just say because of update is not a real update, or we can say update will do delete plus insert operations. Okay, write down. And one thing, using the identity column, we can update other columns, guys. Okay, we cannot update the identity values, but other columns we can update using that. For an example, if I want to update p underscore problem, you can do that. See, you can update other values, okay, but not the identity column values. Understand? See, this entire column values we can change, not the identity patient ID. Clear, guys?
Can we delete another row?
Yes, we can delete. There is no problem with the deletion.
But if you delete another row, then this column will also delete patient.
This entire row will gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's we said we can't delete identity property. It will delete it.
No, see, we cannot delete the identity property means, so there is a patient ID column. On top of it, we have identity, right? I said that we cannot remove that identity property. Column should be there, but if I want to remove that only property, right? That is not possible. Understand?
Okay, sir.
See, if you have a primary key in a table, right? In a column, can we remove primary key?
Yes.
Yeah, we can remove it, right? So we can drop the constraint, right? In the similar way, we cannot drop this this identity property. Okay, the only option is entire column you have to drop. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Next point over here is see if there are 100 columns in an identity table, how many values we're inserting?
99.
99.
Correct. So if we have 10 columns.
9.
For an example, I have a one column in a table, that to identity. Let me take a different, increment value, guys. Maybe the seed also I'll make it as 10, no issues. Okay. Yeah. So create table name, column name int. Why it's showing an error? Okay, that's fine. I think it's because of these things. Okay. So create table name. I have ID int, and that too I am appending the identity property. Okay. Now if there are two columns, we will insert one value. If there are three columns, we'll insert two values, right? But I do have only single column, that to identity column. So how do you insert the data in it? If I do select start from one, anyway, nothing will be there until unless you go and insert. Okay, there won't be any data. Am I right? Yeah, there is no data. So now how to insert? Does the n-1 rule will work here?
No, sir.
No,
No.
because it's a single column, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it's a very important interview question. So if there is a single column in an identity table, what is the insert operation we need to use? So insert into table name. Just we should not pass any values, right, for this. So we just need to say default values. That's it. So I have executed one time, second time, third time, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times I executed the same command, and if you can see, it starts with 10. Maybe 9 times I have executed. Okay, and it's ended with 80. Okay, the seed value is 10 guys, and the increment value is 10. Okay. And if you ask me, sir, if I want 100 rows, do I need to execute this statement 100 times? Actually, not required. We have another option in SQL Server. So what you can do, see, we are executing this manually, right? If I want to execute automatically 100 times, there is a simple option for us. Just put go 100. That's it. So you need to execute this entire command. So now if you see the beginning execution loop, and it will run statement by statement, and I'll tell you how it will gonna work out. So if you see, yeah, there are how many rows in the table? You are not 8. Earlier 8 rows are there, now 100 rows has been inserted by incrementing 10 10. Okay, so what is meant by this go 10 100? Not only go 100, we can put go 2, go 3, go 5, anything you can use, no issues. So what this will do is, so this above statement is there now. So this go 100, I mean this go statement with any number, what it will do is, it will run the above statement those many times actually. Okay, the same statement will gonna run multiple times, guys. Okay, I mean 100 times it will gonna execute. If you ask me, sir, this go and value will applicable only for insert statement, means no. You can do for any other statements as well. See, if I write a go 3, see, select statement will run 3 times for us. See, okay, but it's not required, no, usually. Why do you need to run the select statement multiple times, right? Understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So only in this case, this go and the number will help us actually to insert multiple records at a time. Clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Write down. 6th point. If we have only one identity column in a table, then use the below syntax. Insert the data. I'm just giving go, and you can put if you want a n, okay, or you can put number also, no issues. Right on this point. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think that's all I have for identity property, guys. Okay. So all these note points are, interview related questions, and the difference between a truncate and delete when we have a identity property, and then identity underscore insert. Okay. And I just want to tell you another thing. So let's say there is a T1 table and we have a T2 table as well. Okay. Now, if you enable identity insert underscore, sorry, identity underscore insert on for T1 table. Okay. So then you cannot do the same thing for T2 base, which means when one table identity insert is enabled, right? Unless you turn off this, right? You cannot enable the identity insert on T2. Clear? If you want, I can show you one example. So set identity insert underscore, yeah, T1 table, and I enabled it. Okay. And we have a identity property and employee table as well, right? Yesterday we have created. Let me just see if I go and enable that, whether it is possible or not. So it is saying that the identity property is already on for the table T1, cannot perform set operation for this table employee. Okay. So, but if you want, we have an option. You go to another session and you can switch on it. That is possible, guys. Okay. But within the session, it is not possible to, to enable identity insert for both the tables. It's not possible actually. Yeah. So the only option is either you go to another session and do, or turn off it. Okay. Turn off it and turn on it. Clear? Yeah. Okay. So can you please write down? We cannot enable identity underscore insert property. We cannot enable identity underscore insert property for two tables at a time. We cannot enable the identity underscore insert property for two tables at a time. Yeah. So another thing, see, for identity, if you are not mentioning seed and increment, right? So it's automatically taken a 1,1 only. That's the default behavior of identity property. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Any questions here?
Here you should, if you mention in a session, means that will be clear, because
Yeah. In a session means?
like I mean in that query window.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Write down next point. Write down next point. To enable the identity insert. To enable the identity insert property, enable the identity insert property for two tables parallelly. To enable the identity insert property for two tables parallelly, to enable the identity insert property for two tables parallelly, go ahead with two different sessions. go ahead with two different sessions. Go ahead with two different sessions. SCSSIOM, two different sessions. Done?
Yes.
Okay. That's all about identity property, guys. Have you written this point like only for except integer we cannot apply identity property?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Can you please, if you have a gap there, just mention that point in the note. Except integer data type. Except integer data type. Except integer data type, we cannot apply the identity property for other data types. Except integer data type, we cannot apply identity property for other data types. Okay, if there is no questions, I'll just move forward with the new
Sir, I
topic.
have a doubt.
Yes, please.
Will this go keyword work for only a single identity column?
No, that go that number, right? You can
Ah,
apply
yes.
for anything like any normal table also you can apply. The purpose of go and number, right? If you execute with along with any statement above, that
Yes.
above statement will run multiple times.
Yes.
Okay, it's not only for identity, but specifically we'll use that statement for identity, single column insertion.
Yes. Okay.
Write down next concept, joins. Yeah, so write down left hand side and see joins and right hand side non-ANSI joins. You can write it in a tree, okay, like a tree. One second. Okay, and again this ANSI joins will gonna split it into three joins. One is inner join.
So now we can write, sir, after.
You can write
Thanks.
join, outer join, these non-ANSI joins will be classified into two types: equi-join, non-equi-join. And this outer join also will be classified into 3 types again. Left outer join, right outer, right outer join, okay, write on this, just draw this diagram, please. Okay, these joins also called as logical joins. This left side we have now. So I put a, you can just put a flower bracket and then you can write down these are logical joins. As I don't have space, I have written like that. And below that, after this diagram, make a side heading and you can write down this one. Physical joins, merge join, about these joints, Ramesh will explain to you. Okay, these physical joins Ramesh will explain to. These are back-end joins actually. Okay. Yeah, let me know once it is done. Finished?
Yes, sir, done, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, before going to classifications, those stuff, let me explain to you. The basic rules of joins. Okay. I'll just open another window. Maybe I can explain here. Don't write down, just listen. It's very, very important, guys, this joins concept. It's not taking it. 1 second. So I'll tell the basic rules of joins first, okay, and what is the purpose we'll discuss a little later. So see, these joins are basically to retrieve the data from multiple tables, guys. Okay, so as I said, in the SQL server will not maintain everything in single table because first of all it will be clumsy. Okay, and if you store everything in single table, a retrieval process will be very, very slow. Okay, so because of these reasons, so Microsoft has decided to keep the data in a multiple tables with relationships. Okay, so basically these joins can apply for both relationships and non-relationship tables. That's the first point. Okay, so joins can apply. Don't write, just see. For both relational and non-relationship tables. Okay, there is no restriction like we should apply joins only when we have a primary foreign keys, okay, or only non-relationship tables. Okay, it's not like that, guys. Joins can apply for anything. Yeah, the only thing what we required to perform a join is we need a key column between the tables. We need at least a key column. Least a key column. Okay, so what is meant by key column? Key column nothing but it's not a primary foreign key. I mean, as I said, we can apply for both the relational and non-relationship tables, right? So in case of relationship tables, okay, key column nothing but primary foreign key. Okay, in case of relationship tables, so if you want to join, perform a join between two tables, right? The key columns, how will they identify means the primary and foreign keys we have to take. Okay, and in case of non-relationship, it is our wish. Okay, so because there is no primary foreign relationship, right? From whichever column to whichever column we can join. Again, there are restrictions here. The restriction is the key column data type should be same. Okay, so in the primary foreign keys and the data type would be same, no? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So but in non-relationship tables, it's, I mean, we cannot predict. I mean, so we can have in first table we have ID, name, salary. Other table we have some ID, some names, address, something. Okay, now in such a case, okay, so there is no relationship, but if you want to, 1 second, huh? Yeah, in case of non-relationship tables, if you want to perform a join, okay, between first and second table, we need a key column. Okay, but make sure the data type should be same. Okay, make sure the data type should be same. Okay, so in the non-relationship tables, because in the relational, for sure we will be creating primary foreign relationship on integers only. So definitely this key column and this key column data type will be same. There is no problem with the relationship tables. The only thing with the non-relationship table is make sure whatever key column you are joining, right, the data type should be same. Okay, if it is integer with integer you are joining, then it is fine. Integer to varchar you are joining, then it will throw some error. Okay, varchar to varchar you are joining, yes, it's fine. Date to date you can join. Okay, so whichever key column you can take, no issues in the non-relationship tables, but make sure the data type should be same. And column name can be anything, guys. Key column name can be anything. It can be same, it can be different, no issues actually. Understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is meant by non-relationship tables means it's before primary foreign relationships, we created so many tables, right, and we haven't provided any relationship between the tables. Those are nothing but non-relationship tables. Okay, that is what it means. Yeah, so now I'm just taking a first relationship tables and I'm going to explain to you in real time. See why I am saying this relationship, non-relationship means relationship tables we will be working on the real time. Okay, in the real time definitely will be having PK and FK relationships. On top of it we'll work on this joins and all. Whereas non-relationship, where exactly it will useful means in the interview point of view. Why? Because In the interview, see maximum how much time it will be there each round? Max to max. Half an hour to 45 minutes or 1 hour, correct?
Correct.
So within that time, he cannot draw the entire table, along with the relationships, and then, ask, any joins questions, right?
Yeah.
He does not have that much time, correct?
Correct.
So that's why what he will do is, he will simply, do this, like, I have a T1 table, I have a T2 table, and I do have some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like this. Can you please perform a join and give me the results? This is how simply they will ask. Now, do you have any relationship here between a T1, T2?
No, sir.
What
No,
we are
sir.
taking is like integers.
Yeah, it's kind of normal integers. Okay, there is no relationship between the tables. And just for, time being, so he'll ask, what is the the result set if you perform a join between these two non-relationship tables. So we can simply provide the information based upon the join, so that he'll understand, okay, this guy know about the join concept. Okay, understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the concept is same in both relation and non-relation. The concept is same. Okay, there is no difference in the concept wise. The only thing is you need to understand, the data. Okay, in case of relation and relationship tables, how the what kind of data will come into the picture. In case of non-relationship tables, what kind of data will come. Okay. So first of all, I'll go ahead with the relationship tables. Okay, then I'll go ahead with the non-relationship tables. Okay. Yeah. And the syntax and all we'll see later, even the classifications. Let me give you the basic, the rules. Okay. I mean, the rules are given, but the functionality I'm going to explain. Okay. So please be cautious. So while I'm explaining, yeah. Now this is the first table, account details table, and this is the second table, that is transactions. Okay, all the account details I'm entering in first table, all the transaction details I'm entering in second table, guys. Yes. Now I want to retrieve the accountant name and his address and how many transactions he performed, right? I need all those information. In the output, what I need is, I need account name. I'll just colorize the column names, whatever I required, guys. Maybe I'll put it in green. Okay. I need this. Need this address. 1 second. My Excel is not working. Okay. And I need transaction number. I need amount. And what is the transaction date? Okay, and the status. So meaning in the first table I need 2 columns, in the next table I do have 4 columns, totally 6 columns I need it in the output. See, now everything is in different table, right? But what I want is, I want to combine both, because see, this account number have some transactions, right? I need to see everything in single result set. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So in that case, if you want to retrieve the data from 2 different tables, right, the concept which we are going to use is joins. Okay. And here we are going to apply this basic rules. So first, what they said, we need at least a key column between the tables. Correct?
Correct.
So what is the key column here?
Account number.
Account number. See, based upon the account number only, he can able to do the transactions, right?
Yes, sir.
That's where we provided a primary foreign relationship. So these are the 2 key columns we can use to join it actually. See, you cannot join account number with a transaction number, right? It's not possible. I mean, it's wrong, right? So let me colorize this. So whichever key columns are there, I'll just make it as orange color. Okay. Now make sure the first is finished. I mean the key columns we identified. And the second one is the key column data type should be same. Will it be same or different?
Same.
It's
Same.
same. Okay, so the two rules are satisfied, right? And the column name might or might not be the same, right? So the rules are satisfied, guys. So now we can perform a join, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
in joins, can you please mute everyone? Okay. So in joins, what will happen means, okay. So consider this is the left hand side table. The account details table is the left hand side table, and this is the right hand side table. Okay, we can consider any way, there is no issues actually, but let it be this should be in the left and this should be in the right, and we are performing a join between this. And what I will do is, just a second, I'll just say join. Right now, when you perform a join between two tables, okay, each and every row in a table will map with all the records in the second table. Let me write it. When we perform a join between two tables, then each and every row in first table will map. See, matching is different, mapping is different. Okay, each and every row will in the first table will map with all the rows in second table. Okay, all the rows in second table. Where it went? Yeah. Okay. So now, which means that let's take first row in the A table. What it will do? It will map with all the records in second table. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
It will map with all the records in the second table. Now, what will happen means in joins, if at all it will match. Okay. See how many times it will map. One,
Six
how
times.
many times it will map? So here
Four times.
what we will do is table 1. Okay, and I'll just say table 2. Table 1 is account, table 2 is transaction. And 1 will map with how many rows, guys?
4 rows.
7 rows.
7 rows, correct?
7 rows.
Yes.
Oh.
Now let me put matching records. What is meant by matching means this one, it has to be matched 100%. 100% in the sense, see this one will match with this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if you have 11 here, there is not a matching record here.
No.
Okay. It has to be matched 100%. Okay. So this one will match one time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now this is a matching record. Let me just colorize this now into blue color. Whichever matched records are there, I'll just. Okay. Now again, this will map 7 times. No. Out of 7, how many times it will match? All those records will come into the picture in the result set. Because this guy has done how many transactions totally?
4 transactions.
So obviously 4 transactions should come in the output, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what it will do? One, it will map it. If it match, it will come into the output. Again, the same one, it will map it one more time. And if it is match, then it will come into the output. Same one more time map, and it is matched. This will also come. And what about 3? It will map it, but
Map.
will it match?
Not, not match.
Okay, I'll just make it as red color. What about 4?
No.
No. See, this transaction is not belongs to 1, right? Obviously, it won't come, right? And this 4 also will come, not come. Okay, and 1 again it will map with the last record, and it is this transaction is made by 11, right?
Yes.
And
Yes,
it is
sir.
a matched record. This should also come. So this first record in the first table is mapped 7 rows, whereas matched records will be only
4.
4. Now that 4 records will come into the picture, guys, in the output. Okay.
Okay, sir.
In the same way, second row in the first table will map how many rows?
7.
All 7 rows. Okay. See why it will map, right? See, we don't know whether this guy will, do the first transaction, or fifth guy can do, fifth girl can do a first transaction. We don't know, right? So that's why it will try to map all the records in the second table. Okay. Yeah. So how many records it will match?
0.
There is
Zero.
no match.
No match.
Okay. So this will go under unmatched records. Okay. So matched records will be 0, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So forget about unmatched. We will discuss it later. Yeah. Now what about third?
Mapping 7 rows.
Mapping 7 rows.
Match
Matched will be
1 row.
because she has done only 1 transaction, right?
Yes.
And 4 map
7 rows.
7 rows.
2 match.
2 matched. So 2 matched records will come. And what about 5?
Mapping 7 rows.
7 rows it will map.
Match
Whereas
0.
0 match.
Okay. So this is how a join will perform, guys. Okay. Even if you do from right to left join. Okay. If you take this one as a left table, this one as a right table, right? Okay. So what will happen? See, this record will map with all the records, correct?
5 rows.
So
Yes, sir.
this will come. Again, this will map with all the records. Again, this will come, right? I mean, the same information will get it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is how a join will perform, guys. The record in A table will map all the records in B table. If at all, if it is coming under matched, okay, then it's a matched record. And if it is not matched, then it will go under unmatched record. Okay. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyone have a question here? Any question? Okay, fine. Now, let's go and explain inner join. Where it joins here? Okay. So we'll tell you what is answer join and unanswer joins later. Okay. So let's directly dig it into this inner join. What is meant by inner join? Yeah. Inner join is nothing but only matched records will come actually in the output. Okay. Only matched records will come into the output. Okay. So in real time, whenever you're working, right, client will not tell you that please use inner join or outer join or any other joins. They will not tell us. Okay. The question will come in this way. They'll say like, can you give me all the account numbers who are done at least a transaction? Okay. Can you give me all the accountant names and their addresses and their transaction number, amount and date statuses who have done at least one single transaction? Definitely person should done one single transaction, guys. So which means there will be a one at least matched record will be there, correct?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you see this guy has done 4 transactions, correct? It's greater than 1 or not?
Yes, sir. 1.
Greater than or equals to 1. Yes. And what about Lakshmi? She has not done.
No.
I don't want this record, guys. Okay. That's
Okay.
what client said. Okay, whomsoever done at least a transactions, I need only that guy information. Okay, and Madhavi has done one transaction, please get me that. And Mahesh also done one transaction, get me that information as well. Not 1, 2. And fifth, she has the account but does not have any transaction. I don't want it. Okay, so in case of inner join, right, only it will give you matching records. What is meant by matching records? See, technically matching, but functionally we have to say that person should have done at least one single transaction, at least one or more than one. In that case, yes, at least one or more than one.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, if such kind of questions will come, right, blindly we should go and apply inner join. That's it. Clear? Yeah. So now let me copy this. Okay, now just let me increase the column width to 14. Okay. Yeah. Now let's say if you perform an inner join, what could be the result set in the output? We'll see. Yeah. So what is the requested columns from A and B table? From A table, I'm requesting these 2 columns, and B table these many columns. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you perform a join between 2 tables, guys, in the output, both the tables will combine, horizontally. Okay, means side by side, it will come into the output. Means as a single result set, it will return in the output. Okay. First table 1 column, then table 2 columns. It depends, guys. In the select class, whichever columns you define, right, accordingly it will display. Okay. So now we'll see. See, this record will join with this record. Correct. First it will map with all the records, then one by one it will match. Correct. So now what is the respective name for first one? First
Lavan
account,
Kumar.
Lavan Kumar.
11, and the address will be. One second, guys. I'll just save this one because I'm just having some issue. It's not working properly. I'll reopen this Excel again. Okay. Okay, let's see. So now the respective account name and address will be for account number 1 is this one, Lavan Kumar, and then Bangalore, right? Now, what could be the transaction number? Sorry. No, it's not working. Okay, so what could be the transaction number? The respective, it will join match with this one, right? The respective transaction number is 101 and the amount and status as well. This is what we requested. See, this will help us to join. That's it. And I don't want account number in the output. If you want, you can select it actually, but I don't want account number now. Now again, what will happen? The same one will again join one more time. Correct? Yes. So now, what is the respective name and address? It's same, no? Same person has done one more transaction, and that will also come into the output. Now again, same person has done one more transaction. That is this, correct? Yes. Now what else will come?
Lavan Kumar.
Yes.
Fourth transaction.
Yes. There is a one more transaction has been done, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is
107.
107. This will come, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then what else? It will go to the second row. Do you have any matching records here?
No, sir.
Obviously it won't come because inner join will give us only
Match record.
matched records. And what about third? Madhavi,
One transaction.
One
Yes, sir.
transaction.
One transaction.
and she has done one transaction, and the
104.
respective information will be get copied over here. Okay, next.
Mahesh.
Mahesh has done two transactions, right?
Transaction.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
106.
Copy multiple times, and both the rows will come to the output. Now, if you see here, the data is in two different tables, right? The account details and
Yes.
but when I use a join, whatever required, the required columns from both the tables, I can able to join and get it, right?
Yes.
So I can show this to the the client or user, anybody, right? So they can
Sure.
easily understand, yes, these are the transaction has made by this guy, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That's the purpose of a joins case. And these joins can perform more than one table also. Okay, I mean, as of now, I have performed between only two tables, but between 3, 4, 5, 10 tables of can perform. But I want you guys to understand between two tables first. Then we can go and apply for multiple tables. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And if I go and apply a left out for join, what will happen? We'll see. If you understand concept, then it is very easy to write the syntaxes. Okay. So left out for join is nothing but, guys, it's a combination of inner join plus unmatched records from the left table. Okay. What is meant by that means in left out for join, first inner join result set will come. Okay, which means matched records will come. And whichever unmatched records will be there in the left hand side, right? That also will come into the picture. So the question will come like this in the functional way. Yeah. So can you give me list of all the account numbers and their respective transaction details? Whether they have done a transaction or not, that's fine. But I want all the account, account holder details. Okay. So in that case, what will happen? See, this is inner join results. Let me just write it. I'll just write inner join. Don't write it up. Please. See, we can call left outer join or left join. Both are sick, no issues. Okay. Stop me if you have any doubts in between. Yeah. So now as I said, left outer join means matched plus unmatched from left table, not right side table, from the left table. So now for one, the same information will come, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then for two, do you have a match record in the right?
No, sir.
No. So but in the left outer join, it will come, na?
Yes, sir.
So do you have a transaction for Lakshmi Sagar?
No.
No, sir.
There is no transaction, right? What SQL server will do, no? Instead of keeping it as a blank, it will make it as a null in the output, guys. Not in the tables, but in the result set, it will show it as a null actually. Whichever unmatched records in the left table, right? It will show null in the right table for all the columns. Okay. So this account number transfer, because this person has not done any transaction, which means nothing will be there in the transaction details, correct?
Yes. Yes.
That's the reason even for account number, transaction amount, number, date, status, everything will be null actually. As I have considered only 4 columns, I am showing null for 4 columns. If you consider one more column, for that also it will be null only. Clear?
Yes.
But in the left side we have a information, right? Account information is there, right? That will be there. That will come as it is. And what about her? Madhavi also same.
One transaction.
Yes, Madhavi and Mahesh, same thing will appear. Okay, there is no difference in it. I'll just as it is copy and paste it over here. And what else will come? Nazia.
Nazia.
Nazia also not
Nazia.
done any transaction, but still it will come now because this is the unmatched record from the left hand side table, right?
Yes.
See what this record will do now. It will go and map all the records because maybe it may assume that somewhere there can be a matched information will be there in the entire rows in the B table, right? That's why it will map all the records in B table. Okay. So as there is no matching, so what it will do in the right hand
Null.
side,
Null values.
it will append the null value. Now you see in the left out join, it's a combination of what? Inner join plus it's having the inner join result set plus unmatched records from the left table. For that unmatched records, what it will do?
Null.
Null.
It will assign nulls in the right side, correct?
Result.
Yeah.
Right side you need to tell.
Yes.
Okay, for the matched records, obviously, matched information will be there in the right hand side table. Are you clear?
Yes.
Yeah, the questions will be like this. Okay, so I need all the account details. Who has done at least one transaction means, so definitely it will be a inner join. At least one transaction should be there means at least there should be a matched record, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then you should go and write a inner join. And if they need all the account details, whether they have done a transaction or not, that's fine. But they need all the account details information. In such a case, we'll go for left join or left outer join. Clear?
Yes.
Any questions?
Yes, good.
Yeah, for this batch, I went in a different way. I usually explain in a different way for previous batches. I thought to go in a different way so that it will be a bit easy actually. Yeah, please let me know if anyone have any questions. Or if you didn't understand, let me know. I can explain.
Sir, outer join and left join, outer join is always same, sir.
No, in outer join we have 3 joins again. Okay, left outer, right outer, full outer. Okay, so we can say left join or left outer join, both are same actually.
For this output, are we going to write any table syntax or any command like?
Yes, we have to write a syntax for this.
So is it primary key is going to impact in this syntax?
See, primary key will not impact actually. We'll just do a join between the columns. That's it.
Okay.
There is no impact of primary foreign key.
Because null values are there, right?
See, that's what here. Whatever result set we are showing now, we are getting, right? That will be in the result set. When you execute something now, so here it will be showing some result set, no? Right?
Yes.
Here it is displaying some result set. It will be just see what exactly will happen when you do a select star from. I'll tell you. It will go to the database, underline tables, okay, and it will fetch the data from the disk and put it in the memory. Memory means RAM, and it will show for us. Okay. So whatever there in the disk, right? Just it will fetch, and it will hold it in the memory, and it will show it to us.
Okay.
Okay. So, but whatever it is showing, it won't affect in the main tables.
Okay.
So whatever it is showing here, it is temporary.
Got it.
See, once you show the report to him, right? maybe he don't want again the same data. It is one time we are showing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the temporary result set what we are getting, but in the underlying base table what we have, this information only will be having. Okay, we are see that's where your SQL queries will come. SQL queries are will help us, based upon the client requirement, we'll write the queries and will bring the data and we'll show it to them. Okay, and whatever we are showing, it won't affect to your main tables. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now let me write a syntax over here between two tables. So first, don't please write. I'll give you some time to write. Okay, everything. So first you have to write a select statement, guys, and you should not put any column names because it's a best practice. Yeah. So select from. So I'm just giving a gap here after select because I want to keep the columns later on. From first table is what? Account details, right? Account details _1, right? Now this is the usual syntax which you will write, select star from table, but here we'll just write inner join. We are joining the second, we need to join the second table, right?
Yes.
So that's why inner join. The second table name is what?
Transaction details.
Transaction details. _2. Okay. So we know like we need to perform an inner join between first and second columns. Did we say which are the key columns here? No, right?
No.
You have to mention that definitely. See, primary foreign key relationship is there, but SQL server won't automatically select those columns for key columns. You have to mention it. Okay. So that key columns mentioning will be in the on class, guys. On is a class here. Okay. On, we just need to keep from this first table what column, second table what column. Okay. See, if you simply keep ANO equals to ANO, the SQL server won't understand. What you need to do is you need to mention the table name dot column name. In first table, what column we have taken? Table name dot column name. And in the second table, what column we have taken? So the table name dot column. This is how you need to mention, guys. So what it will do from first table, account number column, it will take as a key column. And in the second table, it will take the account number as a one more key column. So, and it will perform it inner join between those two columns. Okay. And here in the select case, so what you need to do is you need to pick up the columns. I mean, you need to retrieve the columns from both the tables. So in first table, do you require all the columns?
No, only
Not required. Only specific
address.
columns, right? So now you should not directly put the A name here. It's wrong, right? Wrong, guys. So what you need to do, you need to mention table name dot column name. Do you remember? Right? So _1 dot A name, comma, and again table name 1 second. Table name dot and then A address, comma, only two columns, right? And then comma, the second table name, maybe I'll put it in the next row. Second name, table name, comma, transaction number. So not comma, dot. It's dot, sorry. Comma, and then same second table name dot
Amount.
the amount, and again second table dot
The date.
Status.
Dot. And for the last column, you should not mention any commas. This is how you need to mention, guys. Okay. Now See, for us, mentioning account details and transaction details, the complete table names, it is very difficult, right? I mean, not difficult, it's a time-taking process, right?
Yes.
Every time we cannot mention the complete table name, no.
Yeah.
That's where what we can do is we have a option, okay, which Microsoft has provided. So for you people, every person has a surname, no? I mean, not surname, pet name untundi kada. That's a kind of a temporary name, right?
Correct.
So here also we can give something called alias names for a table. Okay, this is the original name of the table. Yeah. So what you can do, we can just say as, maybe you can say A or ACC or A1, anything, it is your wish. It can be a single character, it can be multiple characters. It is your wish. Okay. This is what the temporary alias name, alias table name. This is the original name, guys. This won't change actually. Whatever here we are giving, right? That is temporary name. Why we are giving this temporary name means only for this, to make it this syntax very simple. Okay. So we are using this, we are going to use this temporary name, and it is not going to be stored anywhere. Understand? See, whatever you are doing in the select, right? Select means we are only selecting the data. It won't affect any existing data. Okay. And in the same way for second table, we can put as T. T means transaction, A means account details. So this as also not mandatory, guys. You can simply give a space and write a alias table name. That is also fine. Okay. Just to give a clarification, I'm just giving a as here, but as is a not mandatory column, guys. Okay. A is the alias table name for account details one. T is the alias table name for transaction details. Now what you can do, no, instead of this original name, you can use the alias name, guys. So this will be simple, na? So when you use the alias table names, it will be very simple for us, correct?
Correct.
To use wherever we want. Correct. And these alias table names are temporary names, guys. Do remember it. Here, these alias table names are temporary. 1 second. I don't know, my Excel is not working properly today. Okay, is it visible?
Yeah.
Just a second. I'll try to put everything in one particular. Right. Okay, now it's visible, correct? Yeah. So this is a we can do, guys. For tables, we can provide alias table names. And what is the purpose of alias table name is for simplification. Wherever we want that table name, instead of the original name, we can use the alias table names. Okay. But these alias table names are just a temporary names, and it won't be useful further. It will be within that syntax only. Okay. And also we can do one more thing. So here I have provided a dot add, a dot a name, something like that, right? If I want alias column names also, we can provide this. So which means, let's say here it is a name, right? If my client is want us to show the complete column name, let's say accountant name or account holder name, what you can do, we can simply provide as, as a alias column, as a keyword, and this is the alias column name. Now in the database level, the original columns remains same. Only while displaying what column it will show you, account holder name column. Okay. For all the columns also, you can provide the alias column names. Understand?
Yes.
For tables also, you can put the alias column names. Even for columns also, you can put the alias column names. Any questions?
So is this going to stay only for that session, or like we can store it for longer duration?
We can store it. For that, there is a concept called a view. Within that view, this query we are going to save it. Okay, so whenever we want, we can write it. If you want to save, just write a means you need to save the query window. But there is another concept called view. Within that view, no, this query can be saved, because we cannot rewrite this query again and again, right?
Correct.
Whenever we want, we can reuse it actually.
There is a scenario like if you forget those alias shortcut keys. So can we see that the syntax what we have written, the shortcut keys?
No, you have to write. SQL Server won't tell you.
Like, no, my question is, see, once we have written and we have forgot for longer duration, like for example, we have used a year back. So it's the same data the customer is asking to retrieve. So when we are performing this action, we could have forget these alias keys.
Okay. You mean to say that today we performed this query and we have shown the result set.
Yeah.
After some time again, the client will come back and ask the same information, right?
Yeah.
So see, the thing is, maybe after a month they'll request the same data. You write a query, you provide any alias name. There is no particular, there is nothing like you need to give only A. You can put B, you can put C, you can put anything, no issues.
Okay.
Yeah, it's our wish. Whenever you will write this query, right? You can put any alias name and you can retrieve it. The only thing is when you change here now, so respectively you have to change here also.
Okay, clear.
Yeah. Next. Okay, SQL Server first execute the select command and then goes to from, but how can it identify the alias names first? Okay, so this execution process I'll explain to you later. Okay, whether select will perform first or from will perform first. Okay, all those stuff I'll explain to you. Any other questions? Have you understand the concept?
Yeah, concept is clear.
Can I see your responses in the chat window, please? Because it's very, very, very important. So if you understand properly, please say yes. All the 70 plus people. At least I was expecting one no.
How to find out zero transaction people?
Okay, I'll come back to that. Super. Trailer super hit. Movie okay then. So if you want to retrieve these records, right? The guys who are done only not done any transactions, right? So what you can do is we can simply write a where class and we can pull these nulls. That's it. Okay. In the query level, I can tell you. Understand? Okay. Tabasum, tell me what is your doubt here? Where exactly you didn't understand? Hello, Nazia. Can you please unmute and speak? What is your doubt? మా మాట్లాడితేనే అమ్మా లేకపోతే ఇంటర్వ్యూలో ఇట్లే ఉంటే కష్టం ఓకేనా how to speak.
So because of Wi-Fi problem, I didn't understand. So
Which one?
can
Which
you
one?
explain me once again?
Where exactly you didn't understand?
Before this table, sir,
Which table?
that you created on this account details, this tables before this table, sir. What you explained in first.
1 second. Let me go to the other sheet. This one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In where exactly you want me to explain?
Today which topic you explained, sir?
Sorry.
Today which topic you explained, sir?
Joints.
Joints. So please explain this one, sir.
When you joined to the class,
At 7:20, sir.
then it is your mistake now. Can you please go through with the video?
Yes, sir. Because of final problem, I didn't join so earlier.
Yeah. So I have explained very clearly like what is a join and how we will perform it. What are the things? Okay, you can just go through with the video. Definitely you can understand. Still, if not, you can just let me know. I can explain to you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Sir, where should I mention alias or in from or else in every at the beginning of the sentence?
Which one? Which one? This alias column names or table name?
Column, sorry, account details
Table name.
underscore table name.
See,
Where
this
should I
table
mention
names.
exact?
This table alias table name should be always mentioned after the table only.
After the in from.
Yes, after from we'll mention the original table now. Then after put as is a keyword, and then we can put it as a or B or anything, and this will be considered as a alias table name. This is where you need to mention always. And if you are keeping as is not a mandatory keyword actually. Okay, if you want you can keep, otherwise you can remove it. What you can do, simply give a space and write down the alias table name. And same case here also, simply you can keep T. So this is the alias table name. This is the place you need to mention the alias table names. Okay.
Understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same case for table column names also. If you want to keep as, you can keep, or you can simply give a space and provide the alias table name or column names.
Sir, is it mandatory to give the alias name?
No, it's not mandatory. It's only for our simplification. We are going to give the alias table names. If you are not giving,
we could give different alias name, right?
Yes, you can. Whenever you write the query, you can put T, you can put N, you can put Z, anything. You can put 3 characters also. It is your wish.
Okay, thank you, sir.
It's not mandatory to have it, but it's best to have. Okay. Can we have alias name for any table or only for join related tables? Yes. Only while joining we used to prefer this alias table names.
Okay. So we are going to execute. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, alias names only for characters, only as a characters, right? Yes, it's better if you give a characters. Okay, we can put A1, T1, A2, T2. That is also fine, no issues. Okay, but not only integers actually. People used to give characters with plus characters plus integers. This combination. Okay. Okay, I'll upload the video. Yeah, tell me.
So are we going to write these alias keys in our syntax only, or for alias separately syntax we are going to give, and then we are going to we are going to join the tables?
Sorry, come again.
We are going to split this. First we are going to, are we splitting this alias keys separately, and for example, account details is there. Account holder name you have given a name as alias key.
Correct.
And
a name. Yeah.
A name. So first we are going to execute this separately, and we are going to add it in our.
No, it's not like this. This entire syntax you should execute at a time.
At a time, yeah, okay. Clear.
Okay. You should not execute separately, because in the runtime itself, it will make a temporary name, and that will get used everywhere.
Okay, clear.
Yeah. So once I'll explain the query execution, right? So you will get more clarification on how this alias columns will get assigned, how it exactly it will gonna useful in the select class.
Yeah.
If you provide any alphabet for alias, how SQL server will understand it is alias key. See, that's what if you mentioned here a space and a column name, a name, right? So SQL server, that's the syntax of the SQL server. It's automatically taken that as a alias table. Okay, SQL server knows it. That is how they defined the query. Clear?
Like any boundary conditions for this alias keys?
There is no boundary conditions. Okay, best practices would be a single character. Okay, so or maybe 2 to 3 characters. Okay, if you go beyond that, right, there is no point of giving alias column. There is doesn't make any sense, right? If you give more characters. Yeah. Instead of that, you can use the original table only, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And if your tables are very simple, maybe if it is a T1 and T2, do I need to provide your original table names itself T1 and T2? Do I need to provide the alias table names?
No.
Not required, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. That's how it will be. So that's what I said, it's not mandatory. Okay. It's best to have always, but not mandatory. Okay. Okay. Write down joins, side heading joins. First point. First, maybe I not first point, make it as a side heading. Joins, then abbreviation, right? To retrieve the data, from more than one table, we will use the joins concept. To retrieve the data from more than one table, we will use the joins concept. Next, prerequisites, side heading please. Prerequisites to perform joins. prerequisites. Prerequisites to perform joins. First point, we need at least a key column between all the tables. We need a key column between all the tables. Next point. The key column data type should be same. The key column data type should be same. The key column data type should be same. Below that, can you make a note and write down? One second. One more point, can you write? Third point, right? The structure between the tables might or might not be same. Which means that in first table we can have 1 column, second table we have 10 columns, or first table we have 5 columns, second table we have 3 columns. Still we can perform a join, guys. There is no issues. Okay, that's what it means. The structure between the tables might or might not same. It can be same, it cannot be same, but still we can perform the joins. The structure between the tables might or might not be the same. Below that, make a note and write down. Make a note and write down. Joins can apply joins can apply on both relational and non-relationship tables. Joins can apply on both relationship and non-relationship tables. Joins can apply on both relationship and non-relationship tables. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then below that, can you make a side heading? Inner join. Side heading. If we perform inner join, between two or more tables. Between two or more tables. We'll get matching records from all the tables. We'll get matching records from all the tables. Okay, we'll get matching records from all the tables. Okay, now what you can do now? So I want you to first write down the syntax. Okay, then draw these tables as it is. Okay, then write down this left out result results. Clear what I said?
Yeah. Vinod, can you zoom it bit?
One second. Let me increase the width of this cell. Then I'll zoom it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Which we have.
Sir, first which one we can write? Sir?
Just a second. Huh? Yeah. So first you need to write the syntax, then draw the account tables and this table. Okay, along with the data. Then you need to write down this result set, only inner join result set, not the left outer join. Left outer join I'm going to remove here.
Sir, in the before sheet,
Yes.
In previous sheet, I think one point has been missed, sir.
Which one?
In previous sheet, you are telling that mapping thing, so that point you did not mention while making an note, sir.
Oh, okay. At last we can write it anyway.
Okay, sure.
1 second. This one, right?
Yes, sir. This thing you did not mention.
Okay. I'll just copy it over here itself. Okay. First syntax, then tables, and then result set. At last, you can write down this one. When we perform a join, you can put a note and then write down this. Okay. Okay. So once you write, so you can leave from the meeting. So tomorrow we'll discuss.
Can you scroll up some more, sir?
In the above, nothing is there. Just account details and transaction detail table names. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
For transaction ID, I think have we mentioned alias key in the syntax?
Where?
Transaction.
Alias key of what?
See, select a.a name as account holder name. We have mentioned, right?
Correct.
For transaction side, we haven't.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No issues. So it's not mandatory to have it. I just gave an example.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Sir, can we write that select command in whole in one line, or we have to write one by one?
Yes, you can write it, but write down in this way whatever I have mentioned. It's the best way to write. Okay.
Okay.
If we can save this result set, actually, I can show you that. Okay then. So once you write, you can leave from the meeting. Yeah. So we can wind up the clock. So after that, I mean, tomorrow we'll join.
Any assignments for today?
I think to do that identity property. That's it. I do have. Try this inner join. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Between multiple tables.
Okay.
Two tables. Okay, and then I'll tell you for multiple.
Sure.
Okay then. Bye. So I'm just leaving as this.
Bye, sir.
We have to write the data birth or no need?
Which one?
Date of birth column. ADOB.
Yeah, we need to write it. That's left to you. You can write or not. Because we are linking only.
We are not inserting that now.
You can ignore it then.
Thank you.
Hyderabad.